Hi, I'm Beatrice Gaw, and welcome back to Rappler Talk. We have a special guest here tonight as we head into the winter sports season. He is a two-time Winter Olympian in men's figure skating who is staging a comeback in the sport. So let's welcome Michael Christian Martinez. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. It's nighttime here, and may we know where you are right now?
I'm currently here in Moscow, Russia. Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you doing there? Did you head there right after the Finlandia trophy?
Yes. Right after the competition, I have to go here for to continue training, and yeah.
Ayun, yun. And speaking of yung Finlandia trophy, that was your return to competition after quite a long time, and I think it was around 3 years. So, what was the assessment naman of your performance, like personally?
I mean, honestly, going to that competition, I was training really, really hard for it, and I was doing clean programs, which is like no mistakes and stuff. But going into that competition, I was really, really nervous. I never thought I was gonna feel that. To think that I've been competing before, but it's really different when you're in that competition. But overall, I was really, really happy to be back on the ice while performing. It felt so great. It felt so nice to be able to perform again. And after the competition, I told myself like, okay, now I know what to do. The first one is out, and it's part of training. It's part of getting prepared for the next competition. So I'm really happy with it, honestly, and I really enjoyed that competition.
Yeah, and you were in the US for quite a while, right? So, when did you move there to uh start training again? Or was it, or did you go there for another reason?
I started training in, I think, January, or I'm not sure exact. February, I think. I started training in the US because we were trying to process the visa for going to Russia and stuff. But I guess I want to talk about a little bit more how we got there. Um, you know, I guess I was contacting my old coaches and stuff, and I asked my coach like Nikolai Morozov to like what's gonna be the plan for my comeback, um, and he told me that I should train in the U.S. first to get my jumps, to get everything back, lose some weight, and to be able to do a couple of triples, and then see from there what's gonna be the plan if we're gonna be training in the U.S. or in Russia, and then you know once in a, after a few months I was able to get my jumps back. My coach decided to like help me out to really process the visa to Russian visa, and now been training here, so yeah.
So your stint in the US was just a preparatory stage for your training in Russia. So you'll be based in Russia from like from now on, ba?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, Michael, I remember 3 years back. I think that was really the last time I saw you when you came back from the Winter Olympics, and then we were at SM skating rink, and that's where did you see the photo a while ago, the title card you performed? That was your costume also in the Winter Olympics. So
Yes.
yeah, like I've been really curious now, and actually everyone's been curious. Like, what were you doing in the last 3 years?
It's been a journey, honestly. I don't know how to explain it, but I definitely needed that break, and I really needed to find myself. Honestly, it felt like way too long. I was coaching, I was doing some other jobs too as well. I was working for a law firm, and I was doing a lot of stuff, trying to figure out my life and trying to figure out who I am, who I want to be, because for the longest time I've been just going through the motions, and I was just, or at least started to go through the motions, and then I was just trying to to do everything, and I told myself I needed to take a breather and what do I really want, and try to do the other stuff that I haven't done in my life, and which is like, you know and I tried to do, like coaching as well. And I thought like, okay, I really love coaching, but at the same time, I felt like that's not my time yet to coach. And I felt like I really want to be back on the ice. So it's like, I tried to skate for a little bit, and then I'll be going back to coaching again, and then um, going to my job, morning job and stuff. And eventually, after all this stuff and trying to figure out my life, I decided to be, what, like I really want to be back and perform again. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, you want I remember there was also you made this announcement that you were going to start a vlog and you were interested also in being an influencer, and you were also bulking up in the gym. I remember
Oh yeah.
those posts. Yeah. So what? So are you still continuing to do all those?
Definitely not bulking anymore. Not I wanted to do before, like, the bodybuilding, because my old group before was like all bodybuilders. And it's just, I guess, motivating each other. We're like, okay, you gotta get bigger and bigger and bigger and stronger, gotta flex. But eventually, it died down, and I'm just like, you know what, it's not my fun anymore, it's not my thing anymore. And then vlogging, it's vlogging. YouTube, honestly, it's so hard. Honestly, everything is so hard. The algorithm and stuff, it's a lot of work. But you know what, I still do YouTube, and me and my team are still working on our YouTube, our social media and stuff, and we're doing our best on trying to build what we really want to portray on our content and stuff. So that's pretty exciting. And yeah, but definitely no more bulking. Just basically just strengthening my legs, and maintaining my weight.
So it's like what you learned from being an influencer, you're putting in into like how to promote yourself na ganon ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least hindi na sayang din like learning how to do YouTube. I'm sure it took a lot of time and effort then. So no time was wasted because you're going to be applying what you learned eventually then.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, like I guess like at what point was it when you wanted to finally restart your career? Like within those 3 years, maybe the exact month and date. Do you remember that moment?
Mm, I mean, I've tried a couple of times to like really go back, probably 2018. I mean, 2019, or towards the end of 2018, I wanted to be back, but things, that I wasn't able to give it a chance to be back on the ice that time. But so I put on hold on it, and went back on my daily things and stuff. And then eventually, I guess that break, or that time, I just wanted to do everything that I haven't done before. Um, and right after that, I think, probably, wait, how long has it been? um, but yeah, like it's been, I think December. I think I decided to like be really full on back. Um, I told myself, I have to surround myself with good people, and fix my life first before going back to this to skating. And I have to be really full fledged, or full hearted to be back on the ice, not just gonna do it just because I think of doing it. And when I fully decided on it, when I have my whole team, when I have my whole heart on it, I think that was December. I really decided to be back and really show what I wanted to show.
Yeah. Did you receive any encouragement from your friends or family on, going back to skating? Because it was, I'm sure it was something in your heart also, right? Like it's been like bugging you, ganon. Pero I'm sure like there were also people who were like, go for it, ganon.
um honestly, my I guess my friends and my I guess I call them my family now. Um, you know, honestly, they weren't really just like saying like, "Hey, go back on the ice and try it," but they're more of like really just supportive of what I want to do, and it's just mainly me this time that I really want to be back on the ice, which is really surprising because before, it's just from everybody else and everybody's encouragement and stuff, and that was the reason why I wanted to be back. But this time was actually my sole decision that and I told my family or my friends that that hey, I decided to be back and I really want to be back, and they're like, okay, if that's what you want to do.
Ayun. Especially as a young athlete then, right? When you were starting out in your career, I guess like it was more of everyone else around you pushing you. Was that your experience then?
um yeah, before it was just mainly just it's everybody was just saying like, hey, you have to win, you have to win, you have to win, you have to win, and others are just you have to finish your skating, you have to do the skating, 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 and then it started to lose like the idea of like, wait, starting to lose my voice, starting to lose myself, and this time it's like, yeah, it's more of like after this break, it really gave me that strength, and yeah.
Yeah. And to talk about strength naman is like getting back is not easy. Like I'm sure you went through so many challenges. So what were the most challenging moments that you had in your restart?
A lot of challenges, physically and financially. I forgot how expensive the sport is. Honestly speaking, and um, but yeah, first of all, the physical stuff. It's really hard. I'm not young anymore. My body's not young anymore. Because before I would eat a lot of food and I would be like fine, and I would be same weight, but now I would just eat a little bit, like and I would gain so much. I don't know. I don't understand. um, I don't know how my body works anymore. And yeah, so it was difficult to really maintain and to get back the jumps, to get that performing, to get that that skill again on the ice and to be better at it. And yeah, then definitely the financial side was really difficult because it's very expensive. Good thing that we're here in Moscow, because honestly speaking, it's a lot cheaper to train here in Moscow or in Russia. And the living and the coaching and the ice time and stuff, it's a lot cheaper here than in the US. So good thing.
Yes, the ice time is actually such a big factor. Like how long do you train now in a day?
Well, because we started a new training, I guess, schedule and stuff, and it's so much harder. I wanted to cry, but I'm probably been crying. But yeah, we would start like around 8. But we would have to be at the facility or the training center at 7 a.m. Because we had to do we do jazz, off ice dance, and then we have the of course the ice time, which is like the training on the ice, programs, spins, jumps, everything else, choreography, and then we have the off ice, which takes so long. Well, the workout, and then the boxing and stuff. There's so much more training every day, and we would so let's say like probably start at 8 a.m. We would finish around 7 7 p.m. because I would like go home at like around this time, I guess, or probably 30 minutes more, and then I would just take a rest and then go back on the ice around 6. So yeah.
That sounds really hectic. Have you ever experienced such kind of training in your life, or is this really the hardest that you have been through?
um don't get me wrong, I love training and I love pushing myself, and I push myself most of the time too hard, but and I always train really hard every time. But this time, like, I guess I'm being coached with a lot of, my team is getting bigger and bigger, and my coach Nikolai Marcev has arranged like a couple of coaches here and there for me, and they're really it's a lot. They're really focusing on specific stuff like spins. We would spend so much time on specific elements and skills, and it's a lot, because sometimes I would just, before I would just join the group lessons or other lessons and stuff, and it's not that, I guess, hard as now. And I guess what's really different than before is that the coaches that I have right now are so inspired and motivated to push me harder. I don't know why. They're like, Michael, you cannot die. You have to keep pushing yourself. You have go, 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 and they're pushing me really, really hard. And myself pushing myself harder too. And that's why, like, every day it's like it's so hard to wake up in the morning. But I know for the fact that it's going to be worth it at the end, and I'm happy because I'm improving so fast, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, I'm sure they've seen your potential. That's why they're pushing you so much. Pero Michael, have are these coaches very like renowned coaches? Like can you talk more about them, I guess, and what their accomplishments are, so and how they're really helping you achieve what you want to do?
Yes, my main coach is his name is Nikolai Murasov. His I don't know how many achievements and stuff he made a lot of Winter Olympic champions, and a lot of skaters ever since. And he's an amazing coach, choreographer, and main coach. And the team that I have, I'm starting to forget their names because it's so hard to pronounce. Like Nikita, and yeah, I'm starting to forget their names. um but they are they're highest coaches here in Russia too, and they're the best coaches. um but yeah, it's amazing to be coached by this team, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we have a lot of viewers now here apparently. So, hi everyone.
Oh
So,
no.
I hope that you're enjoying this talk because I am. I really am. This is the first time I
Hello.
actually get to talk to you for so long. Like that day, I just remember it was all so fast, right? Everything like scheduled PR that, oh no, you could only talk to them for 5 minutes. I was just like, like I
Yeah,
don't
that's all.
yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
you'll even remember me in 5 minutes. Diba? So yeah, like just sharing like my siguro like loan experience with Michael. That was it before like 2018. 5 minutes lang. Yun.
I know it was a lot of scheduling and stuff before, but yeah.
Yeah, ngayon like own schedule na si Michael. Yun. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now going back to the interview. So, yun nga, like I'm sure like these coaches were also the main reasons why you wanted to set up a GoFundMe. Also, I just remember like it's there to support your team, because and you said that it was actually more expensive to train in the US, and when you were setting that up you were in the US. So how did
Yes.
that idea come about naman, and what was the situation back then?
Well, in general, naman, it's the sport again. It's very expensive. So wherever you train, it's really expensive. The coaches, the ice time, and stuff. So, and me and my team and my management, they're and my friend here with me, which is helping me a lot, and the coaches, my coach Nikolai Marcev, have everybody just saying like we need to figure out a way to like continue to make you continue skating, because you know and it's, I guess they can see, and I can say that I'm very different now than before, and I really, really want to skate and perform. And when they saw that, I guess they're really motivated to help me out. And we came to that idea to really start up the GoFundMe, to mainly for to be able to train for the Olympics. Um, But now, all the funds are you went through or used for the training, and hopefully, we'll be able to have some funds in the future soon.
Ayun. So, who have been your main supporters naman, like especially in that tough time? And I'm sure your coach, grabe, your coaches were just really so supportive. Also, that they want this for you. That's very rare. I think as an athlete, that's very rare to like have the coach collaborate with you in this too, right?
Honestly, I'm honestly really, really, really surprised for Nikolai, because for my perspective, or at least, or for I guess, because, like, who am I? Who am I? Sino ba ako? Para sa akin, like, sino ba ako? Who am I? Like, out of all the greatest skaters out there that he could teach and get as his main student, I'm proud to say that I'm one of his main student now. And he could have gotten a lot of other skaters, other, great skaters out there. um but him and the team chose me to really help me out, and I'm really surprised, and I don't know what to say. I'm very, very thankful. I had my doubts to be back on the ice, because, like, I was like, okay, if I have these coaches or stuff, maybe I'm not gonna be the best out there. But you know what, Nikolai really stepped up, and he really said, like, I'm gonna help you. And I was surprised because he's the best of the best, and I'm just pressured too, because he's doing so much for me to help me out. And he said, I really want to push you hard and help you out to be the best out there. So, yeah.
Wow, that was a lot of favor upon you, and that was so encouraging also from him, right? Like speaking from someone of that authority and that worldwide recognition. So is it
Yeah.
um is so are you working towards your third Winter Olympics bid already now?
Yes, I mean, honestly, that is the goal, to be able to compete at the next Olympics again. But I guess definitely our main goal, not just to be able to compete, because before it was just mainly just to compete, just to perform, just to, like, do what I can, just do the jumps. But now, my coach really motivated me into really, we've had a long talk, and I totally agree with him. Is that our focus mainly is to be able to put out the best out there, not just to compete, but to be able to get high placements, and to win most of the competitions, and that is the main goal this time, uh, to win. you know and that's why we're really working so hard for it, and I'm doing my best. And yeah.
And so speaking of competitions also, usually it's these months that nagiging season yun na for the sport also, right? So what are the upcoming competitions that you'll be joining?
There will be a competition, Cup of Austria, and it's gonna be on November 11th, I think. November 6th to 11th. Um, really excited because we're training so hard, and the best part is that the one that I performed at Finlandia Trophy, that wasn't the actual choreography or actual program that we usually do, because that was just mainly the Finlandia Trophy was mainly for, just to get it out there as a practice competition. Um, but this time we're putting out the new choreography, or the choreography that we've been working on, more harder jumps, complex choreography, and arrangement of the jumps of the program. And I'm really, really excited to show you guys the revamped version of me. So, yeah.
Well, I'm excited too. Like it's like, wow, there's more. Ayun. And then are there like world championships that are upcoming also maybe around 2022, early 2022, ganon ba?
Yes, next year there will be the World Championship and the Four Continents Championship, and that's our main goal as well, to be able to get the qualifying points, to compete at those competitions.
Yes. And then actually I just remember right now, like I was able to interview Sophia back in September, just last month. And a lot I really saw a photo that was circulating of her taking, like little Sophia taking a photo with you. Like how did you know that you actually became one of the people she looked up to?
uh, Honestly, I don't know what to say. But I'm really, really honored, and it those kind of things really inspire me to keep fighting for and pushing myself harder and to be better. And I'm really surprised that I get to compete with her as a team, and it's amazing.
Yeah, what is your interaction like also when in during Finlandia?
Oh, they were very supportive and they were amazing, very kind, and amazing, amazing people.
Yeah. And then I guess like the final question is like how can Philippine sports and its fans support you, Navad, in like another 4 years of trying to qualify for the Winter Olympics?
um, I guess you guys can always support me through just, I guess, by supporting, um by being there for us, and you guys been supporting us or supporting me for the longest, and I thank you guys so much for that. And I hope you guys continue to support us on our journey, especially for the next Olympics, and upcoming competitions. You guys can support us through our social media as well. YouTube MZ space viral, Instagram MZ underscore viral, Facebook MZ space viral, or Michael Martinez, and you guys can support us there too. Yeah.
Yeah, so great. And it's just so timely also because you have just so much in line for you in the next coming months. So, yes, thank you so much, Michael, for joining me in today's episode of Rappler Talk. You are going through so much, but then I would just like to encourage you also that, yes, I also have this feeling that it's like everything's going to be worth it. Like all the hard
Yeah.
work and all the support that you've been getting, like I could really see that a lot of people believe in you. Like just you
Thank
don't have
you.
to get pressured. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. All right then. Okay, so for our audience, this is the end of the Rappler Talk. But then you can always follow Rappler Sports also on Twitter, and then always stay tuned for our sports stories on Rappler. So again, this is Beatrice Goth. Thank you for joining us.